I just checked the time. It's 5:41 and we are already stopped for the evening, which is kind of nice. Instead of rolling on, continuing to look for the place, the Lord has blessed us with, once again, just quite a sight. And we've camped by some rivers and some swells and some raging torrents, but nothing like this beast here in British Columbia. And this, what I'm standing on here, is a big old moss-covered rock. That's what I just came through. Zeke's just right up on top over there, and we're off the main road, off the Trans-Alaska Highway 1, and there's a railroad track next to it, and saw a gravel road. So I followed this gravel road down over the hillside, and actually too, part of it was paved. It was like this old fallen in paved road as well, and probably, I'd assume, might have used to have been the main road down through here, potentially. I don't know, but pretty interesting. It's you could just tell where people's been back here, have had fires. There's another spot or two back there that I passed, with old fire rings, a decent amount of trash, been left back here. There's even like an old like American Indian cemetery or something just right back there as well. So pretty unique location, just out of a little town called Yale, and we are in this this river canyon that is kind of the quintessential Western river canyon with the rocks, rock walls. This is a big old raging torrent. I don't even know what it is. I will certainly have to find out. I just, what can you say to when, you just keep being blessed and experiencing places like this? Maybe I should just shoot the video and not say squat. Be like, all right, here's where we're camping. Very cool, blessed to be, and just show some footage of the area. Because, again, what can you say about it? 157.7 miles today, if I didn't say that already. And like I said, it's 5:41. That last video was shot at just after we had crossed the border. That was like 3:30 then, and took us probably about 25 minutes to get through, which didn't take that long, thankfully. Yeah, you know what? You don't need to see me. Because again, the view is spectacular. Hey, but yeah, like I was saying to, I guess I wasn't saying, but riding up in here into British Columbia, we really hadn't gone that far from after we had crossed the border that the scenery just started getting bigger and bigger. And really, I think, grand is the way that probably the best word I would have to, be able to use for BC so far. And I think you would agree. Just even from this video, would you look at those mountains, and again this river, man, it's just so beautiful. Too, I did not mention yesterday, I stopped along the river, and I think it was the Sauk River. It's the S-A-U-K, just outside of Rockport, when we got up on Route 20 and hung a right heading over towards the Cascades. Just out of Rockport, they had this little like roadside park, pull off, whatever, right next to the river. And I got out and took some still shots. And that said, I caught a glimpse, of a bird flying above, kind of circling. And I guess maybe my first inclination, if I did think about it, might have been, it's probably an osprey. But I looked up and it was a bald eagle, a big old bald eagle up there soaring around. So I did take a still shot of it, and then went, not too terribly far, and got to the park, and I went to the visitor center, and they had pens, and I bought a bald eagle pen to go on my riding jacket there next to the bear that I bought after seeing the bear, back in Northern California. So I thought that was pretty cool. Again, I'm a simple man, and the little things like that, kind of get me excited, and I like it. I like stuff like that. Let's see what else. When I was walking over here before the video, I think across the river there's another train track over there, and a train had just went by. And two, before we had came down over the hill to this side, a train had just went by. So probably going to have trains all night, but that's all right. And again, have the sound of this river. Should be very cool. Let's see what else. Oh, and too, I mentioned that ride yesterday. I guess a couple more things was that town I couldn't think of after Rockport, between Rockport and the Cascades. That was Marble Mount, and I think I was saying that in the first video. Again, I shot 2 videos last night, and I'm going to use the second one. I don't know if I said it in the first, that I couldn't think of it, but either way, it was Marble Mount. And what was cool about it, they had a sign as you're coming in, and they refer to themselves as the gateway to the American Alps. So I thought that was pretty cool. And again, especially after getting up there and seeing the Northern Cascade, just how truly what a beautiful range they are. So yeah, I thought it was a great nickname for the town. That, and too, talking about my 12 years of sobriety last night. I said it was sweet. I think I said life is sweeter, and I didn't like that word. Like, the more I thought about it, I don't like that word. It's more than sweet. Life is it's more vibrant, more exciting. Again, I think the alcohol kind of just dulled things, and including my motivation and my drive. It's something too that just in the years, I really think if I was still the heavy drinker that I was, I probably wouldn't be on this adventure. I have serious doubts that I would be. I was pretty content, pretty complacent is probably the best way to put it. I don't know about content, but just complacent in my life. So yeah, and like I said, it's just much more exciting and much more real without it. And that's all I'm going to say about it. But I just wanted to bring that up. And again, I hope any of you all who may be struggling with it or have a family member struggling, I certainly feel you, and I can relate. And I have prayed for anybody and everybody out there, and I will pray again. I want the best for you. I really do. Whether I know you or not, I know what it's like. And again, my wife certainly knows what it's like. And there's more. There's so much more to life than our vices. And again, without going real deep into it, I would just say, true life and true fulfillment and satisfaction, it's found in God. It's found in the Creator of all of this. He who spoke it into existence. What an awesome God. And again, true life, freedom, hope, it's all in Him. Everything you'll ever need. Again, not to say you won't be in need of things here in this earth, in this life, but ultimately you will be fulfilled and satisfied in Him regardless of what's going on or what your situation is. So, as I always say, just want to give credit where credit is due. And along that lines, when I was talking video recently about some of the songs that would be kind of my theme song, or soundtrack to this. You know, the songs I'd mentioned, Willie Nelson and Dead or Alive, Bon Jovi, and Bob Seger's Turn the Page. Certainly great soundtrack songs. But if I would say I had an anthem for this adventure, without a doubt, it would be. And I, again, don't mean to, you know, be to sound pious, but it's reality. But it would have to be the doxology. I can think of no other song that would do more justice to this adventure, or that would be more appropriate than the doxology. I met some people earlier today too, when I had mentioned you know, Bellingham, where I dropped my handgun off there before I went to the pawn shop. I met a guy riding a trike, a Harley trike, there at the gas station. I was actually parked like on the edge of the gas station, and there was one of these little standalone coffee shops over like on the other side of the parking lot. So or to the side of the parking lot, and I went over there and got a cup of coffee. So I was standing there with Zeke, and he pulled up. But neat guy, great to talk to him. His name was Fred. I take it he lives in the area, does a lot of riding. He's been riding for like 50 some years, and Fred's a old Vietnam vet, and just a cool dude, wearing leathers, leather jacket or vest and all that on his Harley, and had the skull cap helmet and a bunch of pins and patches, and just a neat guy though, just a great guy to talk to. So I enjoyed meeting you, Fred, and talking to you, man. And just before Fred had pulled up, there was a young man in a Land Rover, stopped and mentioned my bike, and that he thought it was cool, something to that effect, and was saying he's been riding his whole life, and he and his family, they growing up, his dad rides the BMW GSs and all, so it sounds like they've done a lot of riding and maybe traveling. And what was cool though, he said that his dad lives up north in Blaine, and said he's got a bunch of property and a bunch of bikes and all that, and he said, if I needed a place to stay for a day or two, he could put me in contact with him. And just, I mean, how cool, how generous is that? Some random dude that's, leaving the gas station stops and makes an offer like that. So, stuff like that just really touches my heart, man. And Nick was his name, and Nick, brother, I appreciate it, man, so much. But, he had mentioned the fact when I asked him about where, I didn't know if he meant up in, I didn't know Blaine, I didn't know if he meant up in British Columbia, but he said, nah, it was just, there at northern Washington, just right on the border, which really wasn't that far. So, and he even had said before I did, he said, yeah, but you might, be wanting to make some miles. And I told him I was, I told him I had plans. I was already, more or less registered or signed in to cross the border today and all that. So I thanked him though, and again, I can't thank him enough. I really appreciate it. He had even mentioned that when I came back through, maybe we could hook up. And again, I had to, unfortunately, I had to tell him, I'm not coming back through that way. God willing, I plan to come back down through Alberta and come back in over in Montana. But still, the offers, man, that's just good stuff. It doesn't get better than that, so to speak. Meeting some great people out here, and I appreciate them all. They're definitely a big part of my adventure, even if it's a 4-minute conversation like it was with Nick there before he pulled out. So yeah, good stuff. I'm gonna stop talking here for just a moment, and then I'm gonna shut it down. We're in British Columbia, Canada. It is Friday evening, July 1st, and blessed to be here. So thankful.